Hello everyone, I hope that you have all been managing well with the new season. I hope that some of you watched my old PvP guide videos. If not, I recommend that you check them out on my channel. Today I want to talk about the charms that came out some hours ago at the reset. Seasonal charms are one of the most important parts of boosting your heroes during season time, and it's important who to build on and who not to. Of course, some of this isn't exactly known, but I'll be ranking the heroes based on how much their charms benefit their kit overall. So a lot of the heroes can be pretty good, but do not benefit as much from the charm set that Lilith gave them. Just because someone is ranked low also doesn't mean that they won't find a niche this season, but overall, I'm happy with the list. I also will not talk about every single charm in this video, but you can join the Discord in the description if you want more information. There will also be a Google sheet in the description that will have the charms tier list and their skills. You should 100% check out the tier list while or after you watch this video. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the video, and let's get into my daily rant session. Another side note is that I wouldn't say that just because a hero on this tier list is B tier or A tier means that you shouldn't use them if they get that. Like I stated in my other videos, heroes can change a lot based on what ascension you have them at. And if we're referring to PvP, my specialty, you should use way higher ascensions if you can and if they're decent. I still wouldn't use heroes like Marilee or Corrin often, but they can work enough. This tier list is more how these heroes benefit at the same ascension and X levels. You should still use your own brain to think of how well these will work. I wish you all the best with Dura trials. I'll start out with the C tier, the bottom of the barrel pretty much for any of the charms that you would be buying. Under no circumstances would I ever recommend that you actively pursue to get their charms, as they provide little to no benefit for your teams. For C tier heroes, I won't explain what any of their kits do, simply because none of them either benefit what the hero mainly does or is useful in their game mode to a decent degree. These heroes include Walker, Valen, Salazar, Kruger, and Smokey and Murky. These 6 heroes benefit little from what their charms can provide, unfortunately. Of course, later in the season, if you're using Smokey and Murky for Dream Realm, you'll still want to use a decent charm to buff his attack. Next after that will be the B tiers that I have thought of. The B tier heroes overall are pretty subpar, their charms can be a bit useful, but overall they aren't the best to either increase their importance on a team and offer little in the game modes they're used in. The B tier heroes include Miriel, Atalanta, Corrin, Faye, Seishia, Lawson, Kafra, Brian, Soren, Citrana, Shakir, Antandra, Makola, and finally Riz. I'll talk about one hero in this ranking, Shakir. Shakir's charms can do semi-well in PvP, but overall it doesn't make his kit super great compared to before. A bigger issue is that Shakir was predominantly used in Dream Realm, with this charm not benefiting from that. Not only that, the Mauler tile has fallen off super hard for Supreme Arena, letting this charm to be a bit underwhelming for Shakir overall. It has some possibilities for Supreme Arena, but that's where it stops. I wouldn't focus on any of these heroes until the end of the season, but you can get what you need. Now we're to the bread and butter of some of the charms. This is where it starts to get a little better. I can't say that I would focus on these charms per se, but they are definitely better than the ones before. And if you have a team that uses one of these heroes, I can understand it. The heroes that are in the A tier for the charms list are Luca, Temesia, Rowan, Thoran, Niru, Viperian, Lumont, Coco, Brutus, Scarlita, and Fresto. You should refer to the Google Sheets for this, but a lot of these heroes can benefit the team in the game mode they're used decently enough. I'll mention some heroes on why their charms are decent. Scarlita's charms can help with her ultimate in PvP, but it's pretty RNG and only used for SA. Fraesto's charm is pretty decent for PvP, but just like Scarlita, his charm isn't very useful at all in any other game mode, lowering the priority. It's also not a necessity for him. Coco's charm is nice as a support, but overall it's a pretty negligible buff for the most part. It's not something you'd need to focus on. For the others, I'd refer to the Google Sheets or look at their descriptions in game. I know that there are a lot of tiers, but the charms can just get better and better, such as the heroes that are in the S tier. Heroes in the S tier are what I consider heroes that kits benefit quite a lot from what their charm offers. I would focus their charms if you have a niche team to use them in, because their charms are really decent for their kit. The heroes that are in the S tier are Sonya, Cassidy, Lucius, Carolina, Nara, Hodgkin, Damien, Iron, Lyca, Florabelle, and Seth. All of these heroes benefit decently for the charm set that they can get. Just because they do benefit a lot from them doesn't mean that you should focus on them. Unless you have a good team set to use them in and they're popular, I would pass from them. I will recommend a lot of Supreme Arena recommendations, so I'll state more on who is the best to use this season. These heroes are still a great use for either SA or DR. Hodgkin and Florabelle's charms do make them pretty nice for a summoning team. I think they could work if you'd find something specific. Carolina's is pretty decent, but she has been power crept a bit recently. Nara and Iron have great uses in PvP. You can get these after more important PvP and DR charm sets though. And the rest are pretty great, but have more niches. This is the second to last tier that I had decided to make. Overall, you should focus on these the most after the last, and if you have a team that I recommend for SA, then these heroes can do amazingly. There are a lot, but the heroes in the S plus tier are Vala, Hugin, Marilee, Sinbad, Igor, Sylvina, Ludovic, Bonnie, Parisa, Arden, Hewin, Lenya, Alsa, Dunglinger, and Burial. I know it's a lot of heroes, but trust me, all of these heroes benefit so much from the charms that they have this season. To make true to that, I'll explain why all of these heroes excel in Chains of Eternity because of their charms. Burial's charm to buff his summons damage is just so amazing for PvP. Definitely get this if you use Burial in a stall PvP team for Supreme Arena. Vala and Sylvina used in the Graveborn tile is amazing in Supreme Arena with the charms they got. It is absolutely amazing. Their charms are genuinely so great with their kit to snowball the enemy team so fast. Alsa's charm is pretty decent for Dream Realm and bossing. It will definitely be needed for that. Marilee's percentage-based damage charm is exactly what she'll need to excel in Dream Realm. She'll be amazing with this. Hugin is used in Dream Realm and everywhere in AFK stages. His charm to convert a lot of damage to true damage is amazing for a support. Igor's charm helps so much with PvP and will make him a tanky damage character that can pretty much do anything, an amazing Supreme Arena hero. Ludovic's charm, a lot like Hugin's, will increase damage and support them even more, a great charm to get for a team. Hewin's charm is probably one of the best in the game and will be a must-have for Supreme Arena. It is an amazing charm. One of her major issues is getting bursted down too quickly, and this with the Wilder domination is so amazing. Dunglinger's charm will make it so he'll just ult over and over again. It's a great charm to prevent the enemy team from using ult at all in the Supreme Arena. Lenya's charm giving crit is amazing for her build and is great overall for the game modes she is used in. Parisa's kit to build ult charge as soon as possible will be so dominating in Supreme Arena this season. I recommend getting this as soon as possible. Arden is another Wilder that gets so much splash damage benefit from his charm. This will make it a must-have for PvP and AFK stages. This will be a great charm set to get. Finally, you can't forget about the supermodel Bonnie. Her kit is so amazing for her spread and the charm just builds the damage up even further. This will be a must-have if you've built Bonnie. I know this was a lot of information, but what is important is that these heroes can be focused on getting charms. I would use them if you get their charms for sure. Finally, the end of this tier list, and the best of the best when it comes to Chains of Eternity charms, from what I see them as. I recommend you focus on these heroes as much as possible when it comes to charms throughout this season. The heroes that are in the SS tier for this charms tier list are Lily May, Tasi, Odie, Harak, Ryanair, Twins, Talene, and Dianel. All of these heroes benefit so much, their charms are perfect for their hero build. I won't go into depth on why their charms are amazing for them, but I promise that they're all amazing. Dianel only benefits for PvP, but his charm is so amazing for his kit. He is definitely a must get for charms if you're a whale with him. Ryanair and Twins have great support charms and are used literally everywhere. You have to get these. The other damage characters just have way better charm boosts that do amazing for their survivability and extra damage boosting. If you are getting charms, you should be glad to get them and focus on these charms. That'll be the end of this video. I hope that you all have learned a lot from this and can use this tier list to get way better and know what charms to focus on. Like everything else, just because their charm isn't amazing, if you use them in a team and use them constantly, you might as well get their charm set. You should also check the Google Sheets in the description and look over the skills and tier list more and more. You should all join the Discord in the description so you can get more SA information and any info for AFK Journey. It's a well-known Discord for the community with 300 plus members. That will be the end of this. I wish you all the best, and I'll come out with a Supreme Arena video today or tomorrow. Anyways, bye bye.